Hey, how you doing? I'm Greg Lumley, and this is a really handy tip to get all your photographs to be in sync when you're shooting with more than two cameras, like most of us, if we're doing any form of event, are. The way a lot of people tend to do this is they will set their cameras times, and they'll go through each camera and set the time according to a master clock, so to speak, or watch, or whatever it might be. Canon don't get into timepieces. Your timekeeping is horrendous. I find that my Canon seems to drift somewhere around 20 seconds or so, even more, just in a week. So I'm continually having to do this, and I got really bored of doing it. I found an easier way to do it, and it's pretty simple. All that you do is you take two pictures, one with each camera, at the same time. This essentially timestamps the two pictures, and what you end up with is a marker, if you like. You then make one of the cameras a master, and then you select all the pictures from the other camera, and once all of those pictures are selected, you make them the same time, or the difference of the time that one camera is from the other. Now that sounds really complicated, but it's actually really easy, really easy. Beauty of this is that if you're working with more than two cameras, as in maybe a second, third, fourth shooter even, as long as you all take a photo at the same time, works like an absolute bomb. Something to keep in mind: what the photograph is taken of is pointless, doesn't matter, it's the timestamp you're after. Another thing to keep in mind is that put the cameras into manual focus. That way when you press the shutter button, it's not going to find itself bouncing backwards and forwards for focus. Okay, so without further ado, we've got two images here in Lightroom. One on the left is a bridesmaid and a page boy walking down the aisle. The other one on the right is them about to walk up the aisle. Now, well, that's just not going to do, because one happened before the other, and they're the opposite way around. So, as I said, I've taken two master images right in the beginning of the shoot. If I hit my G key in Lightroom, that will take me to, let me just click that, that's going to take me to the library. Clicking home takes me right up to the top, and up at the top here you will see I have two images. Let me hit C for compare, and that will pull the two up together. As you can see, camera on my left, camera 1, is sitting at 12:56:47, and camera on the right is sitting at 1:01:47. So that's actually a massive time difference. Now it doesn't matter. I've pretty much given up setting my cameras. I keep them more or less in time, and then I set them every few months. Doesn't make any difference to me if they're a little bit in or out. I suppose if it was a New Year's, that would be very important, but in this case I don't mind, and I don't think the bride's going to go, well, it was no, they don't care either. Okay, so I've got my two images. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to write down the timestamp of camera 1, or my master camera. It's 12:56:47, and there you can actually see, there it is, 12:56:47. Obviously. We're going to use that in a minute, and the reason that we've written it down is that when I filter out all the camera 2's images, I won't be able to see that. So unless I've got a really good memory, what's the point? I don't have a really good memory. Okay, so this being said, I'm going to go back to my library mode by pressing my G key. Done. And then I'm going to go up to the top here. In library mode, there is a little menu over here, which is actually a filter menu: text, attribute, metadata, or none. It's very powerful. It's pretty awesome. If you don't see this menu, I don't know where the menu key is, or the view. I don't know how to find it. I do know this because I work on fast keys, and fast keys are easy. Once I found a fast key, I remember the fast key, and I keep using it. Makes life a lot easier. So back to where I was, and that is backslash key. So if you look over here, you're going to see when I press the backslash key, it comes and goes. Perfect. So there we go. Now the menu that we're most interested in is the metadata menu. If you have a look over here, we've got date, camera, lens, label. It's very powerful, as I said, because you can literally filter out everything. In my case, I've actually got a Canon, and I shoot with an X-T1 Fuji. It doesn't matter what. The cameras will be separated by serial number. So first thing I need to do is I need to get all the X-T1 images only out. It's as simple as clicking on that particular camera. Now that I've done it, what I'm going to do is make sure that I've selected the very first image, which is my marker image. I'm going to hit Control A, that selects all, and then you go up here to the metadata menu. Once you're in the metadata menu, you come down to Edit Capture Time. Once you're in Edit Capture Time, the first option, Adjust to a specified date and time, is going to be the one you're most interested in. Only one you're interested in, really. And there you can actually see original time and corrected time. Now remember, we wrote down that number earlier on. That's where we need it now. So first thing I'm going to do is put in 12. And let's see where we're going. 56. and it's also 47. So it just happens to be 47. I'm now going to hit change all. Now something to remember is that this time that you see over, is it there? I don't know. There, that time over there. That time over there is not going to become the time for every single picture. What Lightroom very cleverly does is it calculates where the picture was originally taken to where it has gone, and that's why you need to select your marker image first. If it's a, let's say, 20-second difference, it will then add 20 seconds to every single picture thereafter. So it works really, really nicely. Let's go back to all two cameras, because at the moment I've still got only the Fuji filtered. There we go. Now I'm on all two cameras, and what I did, took the liberty of doing earlier on, is just labeling those two particular images that I'd noticed were out of order blue. So because they're blue, all I need to do is go down here and select blue, and there we go. I've got them both selected, and I'm going to hit C for compare, and now you can see that they're actually in the right order, which is pretty cool. So really it's as easy as that. You manage to get your pictures in order. I find this definitely the best no muss no fuss way I've worked with so far. I can't think of a better way, and as I said, works really nicely with more shooters. So thanks for watching. Hope it was useful and helpful to you, and yeah, keep your eye open for more videos just like this. Thanks for watching. Cheers, hey.